Greetings, greetings, greetings. What's going on, y'all? Today is a special kind of day. I'm gonna have a guest with me. There she is right there. And we are gonna tap into some Sidereal astrology and oracle readings. You can't hear me? What the hell? Hold on. For real, y'all can't hear me? No? 1 second. Oh, you can hear? Can you hear me now? Can y'all hear me? Let me know. Okay, you can? Okay. Hold on, because I have my headset. Okay. Hi, everybody. All my favorite people are here. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so let me grab my guest. We're going to be doing some sidereal astrology, and I'm going to be pulling some cards. Hold on, y'all. I'm feeling like I'm rushing into this. Hold on. Someone is knocking at my door, and it's probably my mother. Come with me. Let's journey, because everybody knew what I was doing today. They sure did. This is the good part. Hold on. Hi. That goes outside. I'm on live. Yeah, okay, good. My mom, everybody. Super pleasant surprise. And hold on. Let me bring my guest in here. I was gonna give her such a warm welcome. Hold on. Can you friend request me, or how do you know what I'm trying to say? Hi, Mom. Everyone says hi, Mom. She's annoyed. It's cold. It's like no degrees outside. And that's just what it is. No degrees. And I would like to move to where there's some degrees. Any suggestions? Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah.
I can't hear you on the headphones.
My lovely friend from Australia says, "Hey, Mom, wasn't that?"
All right, let's see. Does that work?
Can
Can you hear
anyone
me?
else hear her? Is it just me?
Can you hear me? No?
We are. The dream team is in the building for sure.
Dream
I'm trying to
team,
get settled so
period.
I can make all my fancy announcements because there's so many beautiful people
Wait,
who have showed
can you
up
hear me?
to be here. I cannot hear you. Can anyone else hear her? Is it just me? If you can hear her, let me know.
I need to turn
In
off
the
my
chat if you can
headphones.
hear her, because I can't hear you at all.
You can't hear me? Oh,
Oh,
wait,
you
let me
know
see
what?
if I could.
I can hear you in my headphones, but I turned them off. Y'all, this is where we are right now.
We're
This has been my
functioning.
day. We're functioning. It's fine. Everybody can hear. We've got ears. We've got sounds. We've got food coming. My mom's here. Life is good. Life is good. So, anyways, welcome everybody. um, I I am who I am. Y'all know who I am. Thank you for coming over here. I wanted to introduce you to my lovely sister here who deals with, she's like a magician when it comes to sidereal astrology. And for those who do not know, she will explain it better than I. But I can tell you that it uses the 13 moon calendar instead of this cyclical 12-month calendar that really serves us not much, you know? And she is going to do some readings if you'd like. and so will I. And if you would like for both of us to read together, we're pretty magical like that. The last time we did this, um, when I did my reading, it was showing up in people's charts. And okay, and that was amazing. So hopefully we can work some of that magic again. Kinesia, what is your PayPal or your
It, it
Cash App?
is.
Your Cash App.
I'll put it in the chat. Knacia
I'm gonna
MG. I mean MJ. I don't
MJ.
even know my own last name. What?
All right, I just
Typing
typed
it
it in.
out now. Knacia
Kinesia MJ.
MJ. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then hold on. Here we go. And the readings are 2222 for a mini reading for some Sidereal love. Do you want to introduce yourself? Because she not only does astrology, she does everything else. So, like, she's multitask or multi-gifted, and she has there's a lot of things coming up for you too, actually. So I'll give you the floor to explain all the good things.
Thank you so much, Noni.
Yeah.
So I am Kanacia. I am a tropical and true sidereal astrologer. I still read both your tropical and your true sidereal in order to bridge the gap in the space that you are already familiar with. But the purpose of what I do is also to help you liberate yourself from your birth chart because you don't have to be bound by it. With tropical astrology, it's based on like the 12 zodiac signs, all equal degrees. But if we are thinking on a very general level, all of the zodiacs have a different size constellation. So the time that it would take for the sun to travel through each of the constellations are going to be at different lengths of time. The sidereal that I use is calculating that actual constellation in the sky. So, like right now, we're not actually in the Capricorn season, we're in the true Sagittarius portal. So,
How dare
a lot of what I
you?
do, I know, a lot of what I share is kind of a different narrative to what is being projected by many people. And it's not that it is wrong or bad, it's just an incomplete data stream. So I'm here to share what's actually happening in the sky so that we are not being controlled by the narrative that they want us controlled by.
That
So,
part. And that's like, it makes so much sense when you speak about it that way because all of this is energy. So if we're playing on this constant narrative that everyone's throwing out, it's destined to be what it is,
mm-hmm.
opposed to what it actually is because nobody's actually looking up anymore.
No one's looking up, and it's boggling my mind, especially with astrologers, because it's like, we really do have a responsibility because a lot of people are also relying on astrologists or healers or spiritual people to tell them what's going on.
Yeah,
And when you're not even looking up, like, how are we projecting an energy? It feels like chasing waterfalls sometimes, to be honest, because it's like every astrologer is saying the same thing. It's like regurgitated information when really, like, just pull out. There's a couple apps that I use, Star Walk 2 and Skyview.
mm,
Both of them show us right now, if everybody got off of this live and they pulled out their phone and used these star apps, they would see where the sun actually is. But because I don't know what they're looking at. I have zero clue, but I have zero clue. Somebody the other day on my TikTok, they had posted, well, it just depends on what you resonate with. But it's like when we're talking about the actual visible sky, it's not about what we resonate with.
mm.
It's about what's there. like,
Yeah,
you know.
absolutely. You can't really fake what's showing up in front of you. I'm actually setting up a live because I would love for people to get this information. Um, and I want to acknowledge the amazing people that are here. Greetings! All my favorite people are really in one spot. My dailies and my weeklies are right here. Renee
Amazing.
and Tune is here. Greetings, my love. If you are not connected to Renee, she's absolutely essential to your life. She is an amazing tarot reader. She also dabbles in astrology. Um, she does Vedic astrology, which she
Mm-hmm.
says comes from the sidereal side. So you guys are probably mimic each other a little
Yep.
bit. And my sister Princess is here. Greetings. She is an amazing oracle all of her own. She does cord cutting. Um, she actually would be amazing for your friend that you talked to me about the other day.
Mm-hmm.
She's
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you.
yeah. So, Princess, you might have someone coming your way that needs some assistance in cord cutting and probably removing some dense energy. Um, and then we have Trick Like Creative. She is my Aussie love. We have just rekindled because I'm sure we are moonbeamers,
From
star
another
family
timeline.
from another timeline, and she does amazing work. Not only is she just an amazing person, and I'm actually, if you are willing, sis, I would love to have you on here too, just to like talk about who you are. At some point, we can do what we're doing right here. Um, yes, the cosmic tech support.
Facts.
Unbelievable work she does. So, if anybody is interested in getting a reading today, we are doing that, and it's so cool because, like I said, I've never actually worked with somebody that can, when I'm channeling for someone and giving them information about what's actually happening, I've never been able to get like immediate confirmation in the way that it shows up in someone's natal chart. Like that's wild on the outside. I was like, wow, that's pretty impressive if I must say so myself.
Yeah. Even when you're doing readings for me, it's like, yeah, I guess the planetary energies are connecting with you and at like talking to you through placements. It's like, huh,
Hmm.
interesting.
So interesting. So talk to me about this Sagittarius portal. Like what does that mean? And how does it differ from what the majority's narrative sounds like?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So with sidereal astrology, we are always 24 degrees behind what tropical astrology is saying. And that's because
Oh
they
wow.
removed that 13 zodiac
Okay.
and then they made all of the zodiacs in even degrees. So every
Mm,
single time that we're getting uh, whatever projection, horoscope, forecast, we're
mm-hmm.
always 24 degrees behind. So right now, people, for example, we just started this new year. People are being pushed into starting New Year's resolutions. They're being told to get organized and create the system and like go, go, go. But really,
Yeah.
we just came out of this portal of needing to be in stillness, needing to uncover, look at our own truths, like see
Mm-hmm.
where we are holding pain still in our body from maybe whatever
Yeah.
has happened during the Taurus portal. You know, with Ophiuchus being that 13th sign, that's technically the ninth sign sitting in between
Mm-hmm.
Scorpio and Sagittarius. There's this energy of redemption, and you know, it's the serpent bearer. It is divine feminine energy. It's both fire, it's and water. It's helping us move through to actually do the healing that is required for us. Now, at the same time, you know, like Ophiuchus energy, Mercury was actually in Ophiuchus and then it was in Scorpio during the retrograde. So it's like so
Mm.
much truth is also coming out during these times. It's like
Oh
we're
yes.
seeing
And
where we've been manipulated. It's
uh-huh.
like all this time and space where the veil is so thin where we can look at the truth, we're also being distracted by Santa,
Yeah,
you
because
know?
listen, and everybody was talking about it too in their own way, but they was not connecting those dots because when I talked to people, they were like, did you hear about so and so? When I tell you, everything was being pushed to the surface, like even in my own life, I was like, I'm feeling
Mhm.
a certain way. What's happening
Mhm.
here? And it was, we ain't gonna talk about those other people, but you know who they are. And they
But we
have
know.
been, yeah, exactly. and they have been on blast for a minute, but it's more of them, and it's more of it in shown in different ways, which is very interesting. Hey
Yeah.
Ryan, how are you? Greetings to everybody who's coming in. We appreciate you being here. If you guys are interested in the reading, see the cash app right there. We're doing mini reads. I will be tapping into your energy and, probably using, I don't know, whatever deck of cards says hello. And my love, Canacia here is, she will do a mini reading for, hey love, Sidereal Astrology to get you right. Like, it's
Mhm.
interesting that you said there was a comment made about feeling into, like it's about how you feel opposed to
Yeah.
what it is. And I feel like there's some relative like truth to that, but at the same time, what you're observing in your own life is always going to be a reflection up there anyway. So
Mhm.
if you're taking into consideration that the stars are actually aligned in their own placements within where they are, right? And then how your energy is responding to that to some degree, of course there's going to be some overplay, but that doesn't mean to discredit
Exactly.
what's really actually happening. I can imagine
Yeah.
how many times you actually got that. Greetings,
One
goddess.
thousand. Because part of that is actually like tropical astrology and the projections. That's more related, at least how I learned it. It's more related to like the collective and what they're moving through unconsciously.
Mm-hmm,
Versus when you start tuning into your own, like your true birth chart, and you start tuning into what's actually happening in the sky, you start to
mm-hmm,
see what's being reflected in your life is very much in alignment to what's happening. So, some of my workshops, like the Sagittarius portal that we just did, it helps people to see what's current in our own life, but also see where there is that overlay. Right
mm,
now we do have this excitement to start something new, but really the energy of Sagittarius, just like the energy of Gemini, the energy of um, Pisces,
mm-hmm,
the energy of, what's the other one? Gemini, Virgo. So
mm-hmm.
all of these, it's like what has happened in the last few months in the beginning of that specific season, and then how are you taking all that you have learned and putting those things into action? So
Yes.
that's the portal of time that we are in now with Sagittarius. It's like taking all that wisdom, the physical power, physical love, and now we have Sagittarius, which
Mm-hmm,
is physical wisdom.
mm-hmm.
So how are we taking all of this and now moving forward? But it doesn't mean like necessarily starting a New Year's resolution. It means we're
Right.
still in winter season.
That
So you need
part.
to honor the
That
winter
part.
season
Yeah.
and
It really
start,
can.
like just
Mhm.
move.
Yeah. I was gonna say um this conversation we had, I think, on one of our lives on TikTok, and Source was saying that it's time for action, but not in the way that we think. It could very well
Hmm.
just be like rearranging your room so that you can be comfortable for the next snuggling season,
Exactly,
or
for
just
cuffing
like,
season.
yeah, or creating and organizing, a to-do list, something that you'd like to seed so that come spring, the
Hmm.
real new year, you can see your harvest. It
Exactly.
doesn't have to be like, I got to go out and be in front of everybody doing all the things all the time.
Yeah, no, that's
Um,
not, it's like, it's not necessarily the energy that people are ever successful in either. It's like all
right.
the things that you're working on right now, you could plant this, you don't even have to plant the seed right now. Plant it during the
And
spring
leave
equinox.
it alone.
Plant it when the
Hmm.
Aries season actually starts, which is April 21st. So it's
Hmm.
like we got so much time. Even when we are in the spring equinox, we're not in Aries season. We're still in Pisces. So it's like they have us completely mixed up,
Mm.
and yeah, it's
It
a
seems
it's a lot.
like a
It's
it
like,
seems like a upward hill balance, like battle for someone like you, because you're not the majority. You're not. You're you sit in a place where you can have high observation for what's actually happening and and even potentially what could be happening, and then what is happening.
exactly.
I'm I wonder how you know. It's interesting that we're talking about this because even just yesterday and earlier today, I keep coming across these. Like I'm in the algorithm and I'm sitting in the algorithm where now I'm getting everything 13 moon.
Hmm.
Everything is like wrong calendar. We're not celebrating the right season, blah blah blah. And I'm like, dang, like what did I say? What did they hop on? Like, did I mention that? you know? And then
Yeah.
it was like, if we have all of these people, if we have all these people talking about it, how then can we make a bigger impact and start to do something about it? Because I know
Exactly.
in certain individually in people's homes, they're doing whatever they want to do, right? And we're not suggesting that you have to do anything, but I think it would be so amazing if we were able to get our calendar back. Like, that would be so amazing.
It's
Like with all this
something that I'm working on. That's
supposed
a
falling
message from
down,
spirit.
yeah,
Yeah.
like how do we
It's
activate that so that we're at least on? Because I do know that they favor the Mayan calendar, which is similar to what it is we're doing, but we don't have. Actually, we do. We have the blueprint because if we were already doing it in like what 1912 or something like that, I think that's when they changed it
mhm.
around. So it's not that we don't know how to do it. It would just take a little bit of, you know, it'd be uncomfortable for a little bit. You know what
Mhm. Yeah,
I
like
think I think we could.
yeah, I think we can too. Like this is definitely something that's been ruminating on my mind for several years is like how to build out a calendar that is more related to the actual sky and our actual cycles. And I
Right.
haven't figured it out. And even yesterday, I was questioning, like, what if we're not actually in a 9 year? And what if nine gets canceled out, depending on
We're
what
not.
year you are actually in? You
Yo,
know, like, what
we're
if?
actually in a 1 year. And that's based on the Lumerian calendar. Like I have at 9 o'clock, I'm going to
Mm,
be doing some energetic work around that because, and the one is new beginnings, which is so much more fitting.
mm-hmm.
It's like
Yeah, this is it. It's like last year wasn't feeling like it was an 8 year
not
based
at
on
all, not at
like
all.
like what I was personally going through, but then collectively, like not everybody could possibly be going through some very similar energies. So to me, it's just like, I don't know, it's reading these emails talking about nine this, nine that, but like nine actually cancels out your own personal year as well. So like if I'm right now in a 7 year, it would just be a 7 year. Nine doesn't make any sense. Last year, I think people's money was looking funny because Jupiter has been in
All over the
Taurus.
place.
Uranus has been in Taurus for the
Hmm.
last
Wasn't
eight
it, wasn't it retrograde
months.
too?
I think
Wasn't there Uranus and
Uranus,
Neptune?
yeah,
Um,
Uranus did go. I think Uranus was in
hold on.
retrograde.
Hmm.
Neptune, Chiron has been in retrograde. Neptune, I think, also was in retrograde at some point because I feel like I wrote an email about it. The North Node might have been in retrograde, but like generally
That's a lot.
speaking, this year wasn't. I mean, maybe some other people had some very abundant, years, but this year has been more of a struggle for me. I'm still trying to figure out how to be stable my damn self,
That part.
and with that, it's like I know that specifically because Jupiter, being the planet of expansion, is
Hmm.
also in a sign that is related to our finances, related to our resources, related to our money, our love, our values.
Exactly.
So
That
wherever
makes
that's
more
showing
sense.
up in your right, like wherever it's showing up in your specific birth chart is going to show you things that you might need to be working on, and definitely need to look at all the above
Sorry.
specific to my placement. So you're fine. So yeah, it's like I don't know. Jupiter's not going to be moving into Cancer in this next year. It's not. It's going to be moving into Gemini. So it's like we're constantly being told a lie.
Man, Jupiter right in retrograde is in my 12th house. Wow. Actually, I'm always afraid of my 12th house. I can't lie to you. Anytime I hear something about 12th house, I be cringing
That's
just
where
a
my
little bit in
Jupiter
my
is.
whole soul. I'd be like, oh God, not again. It's one of those things. Chick Light said, I just pulled the Kadesh card, answers within the sacral center. That's very interesting because the the sacral chakra has been coming up a lot. Um, for like collective read. You know, like I've come across a lot of people who their sacral chakra was just like, nah, it was just so bound up, and it was affecting their throat chakra.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that actually makes sense. And I think it says sticky. I don't know. STLYT CTY03 said I had a question just like this. Oh my God, because I was asking what year we're in. Also, does your personal year start on your birthday? Well, yeah. I mean, your personal year does start on your solar chart. You're leaving
Yeah.
already? You okay? My mom's leaving. Everybody, that was a quick healy doodly. Did you have what you need? Okay, I love you so much. You're the best everything that ever existed. Yeah, you really are. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate that. Yes, so your solar return is definitely your projected cycle around. So it starts your personal year. Like I'm in my 1 year right now.
Mm.
I know, Mom, because I have even my birth age, which I will not be sharing, and um, my birth age and the day. I'm 12/10, so the date is the um one energy. So um, I am definitely going through new beginnings,
Mm-hmm.
like for real, and it felt like last year was my 9. And it felt like a rebirth.
Mm.
I have been dying and rebirthing myself all last year. Like
Oh, it sees.
at,
Ow.
we love you. Um,
Thank you.
I really
Ow. Oh, wait, did I knock the internet out?
no, you didn't. That's me. Um, oh, we love you. Um, let's see. So yeah, my 9 year was last year, and I felt that energy very heavy. It didn't feel like abundance, even though I had more opportunities for creating abundance because I had to let go of a lot of stuff. Like I really had to start moving in a different way. I let go of a lot of shit, y'all. I have been like 5 different people in the 12 months that went by, for real. Like and just now when my solar return came back around is when I started to find, yes, baby, um, kind of like a completion, like, okay, I'm settled. Like, okay, girl, you back. Stella got a groove back. Like, we got this, girl. We got this. It's okay. You know, we finna make it happen. It's gonna be all right. Yeah, you got that. Um, and greetings, everybody. Wholeness, wholeness, wholeness. Again, all my favorite people are in the building. Um, so we just, I think the bottom line
Sorry.
is you're good. The bottom line is to be open-minded to the possibilities because it's not to suggest that one way is all wrong and one way is better. It's more like where are we able to highlight more of the truth in this chaotic situation that's been created for us, because we're never going to go back to, or I shouldn't say never, we have to recreate what our belief systems are and how we're going to go forward in making sure that our truth is correct. And they have stripped us of all knowing. So really it's all internal and we all have our own personal truths. And it's more difficult for, a bunch of people to say this, that, and the third is true versus a standard. Like, okay, this is what we know to be true because this is exact and it's on point. Look up. You can Google it, research it, whatever you got to do, and then align yourself spiritually to it, or align yourself energetically to it. Does it feel right? Does it not feel right? Are you more in alignment with this practice or that practice, and just let it be what it is? Because not everybody's going to understand, want to, or care to, because because of how much energy has been put behind it, it made it true. It is reality for a lot of people.
That's
And
that's the
we have
point.
to
Like
honor
it's a
that.
projection. Yeah.
But we still have to honor
It's a
that space.
yep.
I did that.
It's like
Um,
the way that I explain it is kind of like a movie. You know, like movies and TV shows, they're constantly showing us what they want us to attune to or have a reaction to or get used to. And it's the same thing when, you know, all of these projections are being put out there. It's simply to let us put in our energy towards that specific thing, that timeline, and then yeah, we sign up to it, and some of those things might come true. But I don't know. At the
mm,
same time, I just feel like people are experiencing something completely different. So, like, why are we being disillusioned by that? Some people want to stay in the
hmm.
illusion, you know?
Yeah, that's true. New Age Energy Wellness. Welcome, sister. She's amazing, y'all. Oh, please. I hope everybody in here follows each other because it is a thing up in here. All these people in here are absolutely amazing healers. I don't think I've had all my favorite people in one space before. I'm loving it. And I actually want to just tap in really quickly and give hello, my love. My suggestion is for people in the Western world to start where they are in order to evolve beyond it. Fabulous. Absolutely, Renee. Um, and that's the thing. Like, it's not really about making a decision that this is bad and this is good and don't do that. It's not that. It's like what is resonating with you, and then find out why you've been doing it. Like, where did it start? How did this all begin? Just do some research. It's not that big a deal. It really ain't. Like, there's things that have been done for centuries, right? And then there's things that are quite new. Why why the change? And how do we combine the two if that
Mm-hmm.
works for you? Because again, there's gems in all of it. You know, there's gems in all of it. Tassetti, what's good, baby? How are you? Welcome in. You look to gratitude, gratitude. I appreciate you. Divine reflections. I love all of you in here. I'm just gonna do like a quick collective read. Let's see what the energy's like here. But if anybody's interested in getting a quick mini sidereal astrology read from my love, because y'all know what I do. She is here for the taking. It's 2222. Hey, Jameson, how are you, Jay? Listen, if y'all want some amazing music that just all the things, y'all, please tap into my homie. Please tap into my homie. And look out for the collaboration. Watch for the collabos, okay? Because they're on their way. The information finds you when you are ready for it. Absolutely. And I feel like everybody here has an open mind and is like ready to get something, you know?
That part. It's so
Yeah.
true. Yeah, I don't, it's
Like,
like,
it's
I
here.
don't
It's
like
time.
to,
Now is time.
yeah, yeah, now is the
It
time
is
because
time.
it's like even this astrology, it's not like it's new. It's just been hidden. It's ancient and it's future, but it's
Mm,
also right
mm,
now.
mm. I'm just going to tap into the energy of the people on here. And if anything, was that a frog? What was that sound? That was quite
Oh,
amazing.
it might have
Did you
been
hear
one
it?
of the birds. Yeah, I
That was amazing.
think it was a bird here.
All right, let me tap into the bird energy. Yeah. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. There's a lot of letting go. A lot of there's some grieving going on. Um, I'm seeing a lot of releasing, um, and it's more like oof, there's some growth going on here. Someone or someone's were really tied to either an idea or a situation or maybe a situationship, and it is changing a bit, and there's some sadness behind it. Um, but there is a shift. This is like a quick turnaround time. You know, um, it's not something that you're gonna wallow in. It's something that's actually okay. I feel the relief. There's gonna be like a relief behind it. Like, wow, that was intense, but I'm really glad that I'm not in that space anymore. Confirmation. That's right. It was confirmation. Mm. There's also a lot of child play going on. There's some really good like childlike energy. And when I feel that, it means like creation. Like there's gonna be a lot of creative leading room for being more creative. I would suggest to take the time and just really express yourself in the way that you see fit. There's okay, so to bring it back to like old habits. Somebody's like used to drink soda or some shit. It's like they know they shouldn't. It's like that. It's that simple. Like somebody's like eating something or changing their diet or they're looking to find better ways to fill this need. There's a feeling of like carrying this void, and they're like trying to figure out how to do better at it, how to create that. Inner child heart creates new gateways. It does. Hold on, let's see.
I love that the habits that you're talking about is
Mm,
also some of this portal energy through Sagittarius. It is a call for us in the initiation is to release old habits.
yeah, it is big. That's a big. That's like it came back twice. It's like no, we go back to the habit. And they're showing me somebody
Yeah.
literally like, sipping on a soda. Like, damn, I know I shouldn't be doing it. But they're happy about it. It's something that brings them joy, but they know they shouldn't be doing it. You know.
Hmm.
Hold on, let me just grab the card. Let's see. Oh, your tooth. Okay. Yeah, okay, so this is interesting. So this is the hope card, and you see how her third eye is open, and she's holding her heart, so she's in a space of creativity. Um, this is actually a card to let go of things. This is a card to release. It's to heal your past and trust in the process. Like have faith that this is actually going to work in your favor. You don't really have to do
Mm.
much of anything. Um, just release all of that expectation and what it is that you think is going to happen, because sometimes when we go through like a heartbreak or like we go through a pattern or something that we recognize as like as I mean, we have this feeling of like disparity associated with, we feel like we know, like, oh God, I've been here before, I already know. And it's like, no,
Hmm.
this is different. Every situation is different. You know, it doesn't require you to do the same things. It actually require you to do the opposite, right? Do react to it differently, because then you're gonna change the outcome. You know, have
Hmm.
no expectation on what what's gonna happen after this. Just let it go. Let it be whatever it is. Raise the vibration. Look at her. She's doing the damn
These are
thing,
pretty.
honey. Aren't they gorgeous cards? I love that. I love this. And it's a
I
10.
like the blend. Hmm.
Yeah. This is connecting to light, releasing blocks, okay, and strengthening your safety. So really going into self and knowing again, not fearing what's actually about to come, but just trusting the process. Because it's gonna be all good. Like we don't never know. We're not supposed to know. And once you do that, enter in your abundance, my darling. Is that another 10?
That is another 10.
I'm just saying.
That's in one deck. They have a lot of tens.
Yeah, it goes up to it's like fire, it's every element, and then
Mm.
yes, strengthening your safety. Um, so this is going back to your true nature, and share having having a sense of gratitude, um, and then committing to your goals, because once you decide that that's not the space that you want to be in, and you get rid of those old habits or old beliefs or whatever stagnant energy it is, like just letting go, trusting the process, then you're gonna
Hmm.
get your abundance one. But we all know at this point that you have to create in your heart space. So sink into that, start feeling your feels, observe it, and let that shit be what the fuck it is. Okay? And then we just want to breathe on it. That's at the end of the deck. That's on the bottom of the deck. Just breathe, breathe into it. Just like I was saying, don't feel like you have to do much of anything in way of action. Like again, like we were talking about earlier, this particular energy, the action only requires you to just be observant. Like know in your mind what it is that you actually want, and you'll find favor in that because you're still in a resting period. So all of these things that you're thinking of and have actually this energy too requires you to be clear-minded, finding
Hmm.
finding clarity and really concentrating on um, having the thoughts that you want to project. Like I get the negative Nelly crap out of there. Like all that doubt, all that fear has to really go bye-bye. Start journaling or actually doing a storyboard or whatever they call those vision boards or whatever, draw, paint, whatever it is that you actually
Hmm.
want to see. Do positive mantras and all those things so that you can actually bring in that energy that you want to see because keeping that old that listen, we are amazing, okay? No matter how much we feel like we're failing and not doing enough, we are doing plenty. We're doing more than enough. Our existence
Yeah.
alone feeds all of the things that needs to be fed. We don't have to do all that extra shit. Like someone told me straight up and down, no need. Your children are not going to remember the heart-shaped crusted peanut butter sandwiches you made. So stop doing the most. Like it's okay to do once in a while, but that doesn't have to be the fucking standard to stress your ass out. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, oh my God, everything has to be right. They need to have this. Like, no. They care about you showing up. They care about you just being present.
Period.
And so does the Most High, because that's what it is. Like source just wants you to be around.
Hmm.
Just chill. You don't have to do all that stuff. So I know,
I'm sure those. I bet they look cute though.
but they
Them
were.
sandwiches.
Girl, you
They
know they
will
were cute.
remember it. They'll remember.
Like my mom used to make. I don't know. My children are kind of like me, but I think that I say all of that just to say we don't have to do the most in order to get the greatest impact. We can just we're more than impactful enough just by being present, you
That
know.
part.
And I
I
pray
mean,
for
look at a
that.
mosquito. Mosquito is so small. It makes a huge
Yeah,
impact.
he
Take
sure
us all
does.
out, probably.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a true fact. Renee, if you're in, oh, she's not in here anymore. I'll have to email her this the deck. She says she loves the deck. I do love this deck too. It's really beautiful.
I
It's
like how
called
it's
Elemental.
blending art and photography. Like, it's feeling
Yeah,
like
she actually
me in a deck.
it is. She's actually and the woman who created these. She is a photographer. These are like her real friends. Like these are real people. And then she just kind of drew it out. So she took the picture and then she just
I
drew.
love that. That's exactly what
Yeah,
I've been wanting to do.
yeah, yep.
It's
Like
nice to
look
see
at these. Look at
it
them.
being done. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a deck of cards that I want to do so bad, and I've wanted to do these cards for like 4 years. I just don't know how to do it. Now, granted, I haven't like done thorough research, but I do. I would love to. But yeah, these are beautiful. Um, I hope that resonated with somebody in here, um, because I feel like um, the spirit is really just wanting us to be in touch, man. Be in touch with the nature. Like you intrinsically know what you're supposed to do. If your body is telling you to sit down somewhere, just do that. Don't force it. Jen Golden
Period.
Glow. So nice to see you. Gratitude for being here. All right, so if anybody is interested in a
Stop making your
reading,
own
we're probably going to be on here for like
photography.
another 2, 3 minutes or so, and then we're going to make our way over to TikTok. TikTok, you don't stop to the
Thanks for
TikTok,
sharing
you
that,
don't
Trick
stop.
Light.
There's an FB group about making. Oh, listen. Everybody on here, please tap into Trick Light. She is a wealth of knowledge.
And
I mean,
resources.
all the resources. I'd be like, wow, really? Like, yeah, really. And yes, please send the link. I do. I'm on it every once in a while,
Yes,
but
please.
I would love it because I want my own cards. Just for me. Like, I want a simple deck too. Like, yes, no, maybe so type thing. I love that too. I used to do,
Mm.
I used to program dice, um, and get
Like these dice
like,
that you throw?
my bad. Sorry. I am a mother doing all the things. Instacarting groceries as we speak. And they're like, we don't have the water that you want. I'm like, okay, thank you. I need some water. It's real out here. All right, hold on 1 second, y'all. All right, I think we're going to skedaddle out of here. But I would like to say that we would probably do this a little bit more regularly so that people can come in and see what it is that you do. Um, and I hope everybody has joined, everybody followed everybody, get the information, get the tea. Canacia is on TikTok. What's your TikTok? Because you do a lot more TikTok stuff than you do
Yeah.
Instagram. What's your
Yeah.
TikTok
It
channel?
is Can I See You Prosper? I'll type it out.
Okay.
Can I See You
Yep.
Prosper with a K? Because it's kind of like my name. Can I see ya?
Oh, I
Can
love that.
I see ya
Are you going? Yes.
prosper?
Yes, Trick Light. We are going over to TikTok to talk with the people over there. Greetings, everybody. Greetings, Dinero Temple. How are you? What's good? I see you. I see you.
Um,
I see you.
ooh,
I love what
did
you're
I send
doing.
it?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay, there
Greetings,
we
Ebony.
go.
Okay, so we're.
Yeah, I need to start building up this page again. It's just
Mhm.
on TikTok. That's where my focus was. This page was mostly going to be for astrology branding. But now I think I need to make shifts since we don't know what is going on over in the TT world.
Mm.
So,
Oh, I love what you just said. You see what Dinero said? Not yet, baby. He said, it speaks to my emotional side. I used to try to ignore it. Don't ignore it, baby.
don't
Ooh,
ignore
greetings,
it.
Divine Seer. Greetings. How
Don't
are you?
ignore your sidereal chart. That's where all the
Listen.
magic is. The thing is with the tropical chart, it's like you could choose to follow that all you want, but it's more to do with your soul, you know? Your tropical, I would say, is more earthly because we descended in order to be here, but we're on an ascension journey, and that is with your sidereal chart. So, you know, I don't know whether you're male, female, they, whatever. People like emotional people, so tap
Because
into
they're
it.
real. Yeah, we love the realness of it all. I mean,
We love
feeling
it.
feeling into anything is what is necessary right now for any kind of change. Like, get into your feelings because we're not going to be able to produce much if we don't. And that's just getting into divine feminine so you can just bounce it off, and like get back into balance, as they say, you know.
Balance.
get
Yeah,
get into a more
literally.
more alignment. Definitely have to dive into it. And I know because first of all, I know you enough to know that you wouldn't be like, I'm not doing that at all. Like you do what you're supposed to be doing. I see you. But
And
I
when you're
appreciate your
ready, come
transparency
through.
though.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Listen,
When you're
go
ready, because
get
I'm not,
your
I'm not, I could do only but so much fishing. When you're ready to
Hmm.
hear the information, you'll come because it's so tightly knit into everything as a collective, as a society. So it is a little like, wait a minute, what are we talking about here? But it's
Hmm.
like it's all of you. Tropical and sidereal are both two halves of your story. It's like you can look at both sides so you can be even more complete than what you
Hmm.
already are, or you can just not look at it until you're ready.
And the
It's still
thing
gonna be
about
there.
that part, the thing about Canacia, y'all, she is very detailed. She gives you a lot of information, like lots of clarity. And I met you 2 years ago now, right? I think it's about
Yeah,
two years,
it's almost two
almost two
years.
years.
It's definitely well over a year and a half.
Yeah, because and she did a Gemini portal, and I knew nothing about some sidereal whatever. Anytime I went to those apps, and it was like Placidius and blah blah blah. I'd be like, I don't know which one to choose. What's the one everybody be doing? What's that one? What's and it's like house, and I don't know what that means. But I got so much more clarity about like really what I was feeling and what I was going through. Because a lot of times when I was doing it myself or asking other people, I was like, that doesn't really sound like me right now. Like it doesn't feel like that's what's happening. Like, are we sure? And then I feel like I was forcing it. Like I guess you're right. Like
Hmm.
this is what it means. And I kind of went with the narrative to a degree, because I'm a true ophiuchus, and I don't fucking listen to nobody's shit. I am my own bird. Like I am gonna make my own facts. And since y'all niggas took me out the motherfucker, guess what? I'm coming with guns blazing. When you see me, watch out. Watch out. I got something to say. But no, seriously, go check her out. Get yourself a reading. Just do some comparisons. Jay
Yeah, I
said,
actually
I've never
have
had it done. I got to research. Yeah, get some research, Jay, for
yeah,
real.
I have it's $8 to $11, whatever you want to pay. It's actually an Astro Basics workbook, and I have it broken down for you to look at both your tropical and your true sidereal placements and understand the differences between the two on a very basic level. There's plenty in that guide, so I would definitely get it. I didn't say that in the beginning, but I am a graphic designer, a photographer, an artist. So with Venus and Virgo. So I put a lot of information in anything that I do. So it's really just when you're ready to connect, I'm here. But it's in
Yes.
my bio
And
if you want to go get that.
so okay, so you have in your bio on IG or your bio on
Yeah, my
TikTok?
bio, yeah,
Okay.
on all of the channels. So it's under the links, and you'll find it as Astro Basics. I saw Sonia.
I
Hi, Sonia.
A little
Sonia.
birdie told me that you were gonna have a YouTube channel.
I do. I have a YouTube channel. I actually have, today I was looking at it, I have 57 subscribers, which is so surprising because I have,
Okay.
I've low key, high key neglected it because I was focused on TikTok and I was trying to do both of the things at once.
Mm,
But now, since we don't know what's going on with TT,
we
it's
don't.
time for me to be over at YouTube.
I think though YouTube, you would have a lot more. I feel like YouTube is one of those things where people would actually concentrate. Where
Exactly.
on TikTok it's more like a scrolling type of thing. It's like whatever pops out to you
Hmm.
for 5 seconds. But like even if you did like one or two, if you did shorts over there, or if you did like 5 minute videos, I would be there with my tea and be like, yo, this is good
Look,
information. I will be coming back.
yeah. Yeah, that's
I'll
exactly
be
what
coming
another
back.
friend said. Like, based on like my delivery, it is beneficial if I'm on that channel. Because
Yeah,
even on TikTok, people are like, everybody else is
over their
telling me
head.
this
Hmm.
over their head. It's like, oh, I'll just use the thing that resonates. But it's like, no, I'm not just sharing this against the algorithm for my own fun. It's like they're actually using this against you.
Right.
Like when we're like for me, sidereal astrology when I'm paying attention to the actual sky, I'm literally feeling how they are using these very specific timelines to keep us distracted. Right now, we're likely going to see a lot of the government, police brutality, things like this. And this is just what I'm assuming. We're going to see a lot of this stuff in the next couple of months because we're entering into both the true Capricorn season, the true Aquarius season. So when Aquarius, so Saturn has been in Aquarius, we're supposed to be coming together as a collective, being disciplined with the way that we are creating our collective, our communities. But what tends to happen is there's some kind of distraction, maybe potentially an unaliving, specifically in Black communities, that tends to create more division tactics. But it's also a way to show us how the government still has this in place. So how about we pay attention to where the planets are for why these things are happening. When it is Gemini, when we're in the true Gemini portal, we're being distracted by, again, government, capitalistic, Capricorn, all of these things kind of controlling what women get to do with their womb. But we're in tropical Cancer season during those times. It's like sometimes I'm not doing this for the sake of fun. It's like, guys, if we stop allowing whatever is happening around the world to take us out of our mission, out of our path, out of our purpose, we would see that maybe we've been lied to a little bit about all the things that connects us to one.
But here's the thing. We already know that we've been lied to. That's the interesting part. It's almost like we prefer to it's almost like, oh, well, they only lied about that. They didn't lie about everything.
It's like, how about everything?
It's the everything part. Like, it literally is the everything part about it.
It's everything. It's like, you think if everything is available to us in the sky, why wouldn't they lie to us about that? Because everybody would be in their purpose. Like, I even feel like people constantly are searching with tropical astrology because they feel in their body that their birth chart does not actually match. So I think part of the need to grasp more is because people know that something's not right, but they don't know what the missing piece is. Instead, they're trying to align themselves to energy that doesn't really resonate with them. But, well, my birth chart says this, so I might as well try to act like this, when, like, really your whole you might have Jupiter, instead of in Taurus, you have it in Aries.
Right.
Like, it might be that big of a shift.
I think that I totally agree with you. And I feel like if people had more understanding, I don't think that enough people are talking about it in the way that's tangible, or just like they can people can actually, like, sink their teeth into it. And if there was a way, or maybe there's got to be a group. Can we start a group? Can we start a tribe?
Look,
how can we create a tribe?
I already have things that are, working to be set up to build community, where we get to talk about these things, where we get to be in alignment with what's going on, where we are sharing information. Like, there's several people that I'm now coming across that do sidereal astrology, and it's like, why aren't there more of us? Because we feel it. Like, we all know. I didn't resonate with my tropical birth chart. It didn't make sense, other than my sun sign, because I knew I was a Leo. That's on period. But everything else was like, that's not me. I see how it is a part of my journey and my story, but I'm a Gemini rising, not Cancer rising,
Yeah. And you know what's interesting? Like, my chart, I didn't actually change much. Well, at least in my top 3, right? I only changed from Sag to Ophiuchus. Oh, say it again.
Ophiuchus.
I don't. Somebody said it wrong once, and I copied it, and then I made a joke about it, and it stuck. I'm like, Ophiuchus. I'm like, you know what? The who what? Ophiuchus.
Look.
Ophiuchus.
The truth will always come through.
Right. So for some people who are really interested in finding out their the sidereal astrology, like placements, you may find that some things still resonate because some things still hold the same water. It's still the same, you know?
Exactly. But it's
But
like,
there are,
give yourself an opportunity to look, you know,
yeah,
versus
um,
disregarding it. Some people are like, no, I'm a such and such. And it's like, really? Because you even folding your arms, it's giving Aries. It's giving
speak on that.
Aquarius. It's giving, like, the Pisces, y'all really, I've never seen a Pisces fold their arms at me like that.
That part.
But an
That part.
Aquarius who doesn't like the rules, doesn't like to be told who they
What's
are, they're going to fold
not ever,
the
never,
rebel.
ever. Not ever, never. Yo, I was on a live yesterday. I think I was talking to you about this. I was talking about, like, trusts and foreign trusts and treaties and shit like that. And this young these children, they're young to me. They're in their 20s and what have you, but they're so knowledgeable about law, right? They're studying law, etc. And this little one was like, now, I love a dry humor. I am a dry humor girl all day long. And he was like super dry. Like, yeah, because that's why they built it that way, just to mess with you. Like, he was saying some random stuff, and I was like, settle down there, Aquarian. Settle down. He was like, how'd you know? How'd you know that? I'm like, because it's giving. The fact that you don't listen to nobody at no point, and now
Not
I
a near
understand why
one.
you, not near one. That's why you studying this shit. I get it. I love it. I'm with it. Study it and know who you are, bro. Pipe down a little
That
bit.
part.
Know who you're talking
But then, and
to.
that's the funny thing though too, because then if they're Aquarius, they could potentially be a Capricorn. So not
I s-
only are they already rebelling a bit against everybody else, then they're making their own system, and they're critical, and they use their words very wisely.
so here's
So it's
what's
like
funny.
seeing the
You're so on point.
overlay is
So you're so on point because I sure did say Capricorn first. I was like, yo, it's Capricorn or Aquarius. And I was like, settle down, Aquarius. He's like, how do you know? I was like, it's one of the
yeah.
two, bro. One of the two.
If they're born if they're born in the beginning of February, yeah,
hmm
that's Capricorn. That's a Aquarius Capricorn
I if
for sure.
I bet you if I asked his birthday, he would be right. Like, let me read what these comments are saying. Hold on, y'all talking. We need adequate translation, make it more digestible. Yes. De Niro said, yeah, when I started getting messages about being a false fire, I'm a Leo. I looked at it because I seen I was a Cancer there, and it revealed a lot of the aspects I was missing. That's
Mm-hmm.
incredible right there. And interesting, I had a friend of mine who was he thought he was a Virgo, Pisces, Pisces because of the time he was born, right? So he literally changed his time. And then so he realized that he was a Virgo, Leo, Pisces. And I was like, that makes so much more sense. Not only, then I told him, I said, wait till you get your 13 moons sidereal astrological reading. It's going to change, it might change that shit too. You never know. But it made so much
Yeah.
more sense because he's got that leadership quality. He's always taking leadership. He's always taking on that leadership role. People come to
Mm,
him and look at him like he's very, very sun energy. You know what
mm,
I'm saying? Like, has to
mm,
he has to he doesn't always he doesn't mind being the center of attention, right? But because he's not like a true Leo, right? In that sense,
mm-hmm.
because he's got his Pisces moon, but he doesn't turn away from it either. And he's, at one point I made a joke and I was like, such a little narcissistic behind down. Like, why do they got to be revolving around you? What's up with you? Like, can somebody get it? Can you get an inch? Give me an
Yeah,
inch.
it's funny. Sonia, I don't know if Sonia's still on here, but I have one of her books, and it's astrology for relationships. I'm using a
Mhm.
better word than what's on there because who knows what we're allowed to say on here. But
More than TikTok, I'll
it's
tell you
funny
that.
because yeah, it's like the men that I have met that have birthdays at the end of August, beginning of September, they all have a very specific energy. And like back when I was in college, I thought that they were like a Virgo. But no, now I know they're really Leos and they act like it because it's more like I'm a Leo, but I don't necessarily want attention, but I know I need to be putting myself out there because I can't keep hiding, right?
Mm-hmm.
But these Leos, the Virgo Leos are very like they love their clothes, their outfits, shine like it's like they're just I don't know, they just shine, but they're also being authentic, but they're being loud. It's like they're loud, even if they're not saying
They're,
anything. They're loud with their clothes. They're
yeah, they're
loud with
loud
their
with their
presence. They're
presence.
just loud. You
Yo, you just loud with their
know?
presence for real. All right, so wait, Sonia is here, and Gennaro said, "LOL, I have cancer moods when I get out of balance." That's word. Be pissing Leo me off. I live in multiple aspects though. Don't mind me. Listen, we all do, and I love that you embrace that. And that's another thing too. There's so many people in here. So many. Like they got their own sign going on. All I can confess to is the fact that I truly know that I am all the signs. I'm all of them. I take responsibility for all of them.
Exactly. That's what I tell people.
Renee,
You're all of the signs and none of them.
right. Renee says, I'm a Leo in either chart. Oh, that's dope. And I'm definitely a Leo. However, Western has me as Cancer rising, and Sidereal and Vedic has me as Gemini rising. That's interesting, Demi, because you do love to talk. You're a thinker. Like, and I embody more Gemini than anything else. I totally agree with that. She says, yes, most of these early Aquarians are hands down caps all the way. That's a fact if I never heard one. I like to use entertainers to point out the differences. Ooh, that's a good way to
Yes,
do
I
it.
do that. Like Kiki Palmer,
Oh,
what's his name?
what's her
Cat
sign?
Williams.
Ooh,
These are both Leos.
I was
Both
gonna
Leos.
say they give very fire.
Even the actress, there's another actress. What's her name? She's so funny. Oh, she's so funny. I forget what her name is, but there's a bunch of actresses and actors
Hmm.
that are actually Virgo Leos. Even Beyonce is technically a Virgo Leo.
Makes
Um,
sense.
and you could tell because some of these people, like Kiki Palmer, I saw she had a necklace that was a Virgo, and I was like, but I would not have picked that up at all because her energy does not give me Virgo.
No.
It get to me it's Leo. She's always funny. She's very expressive. She,
Hmm.
you know,
Big
she
energy.
could do many things. Big energy, very
Hmm.
creative. She could sing. She could dance. She just does all of it,
Hmm.
right? And then the same thing with Cat Williams. I started to get curious about him when he started sharing all this truth, and I was like,
What you talking about? What you
he
mean?
knows something.
He knows a
There's
lot of
something
something.
about him, but it's he knows a lot of something. So I could see some of the Virgo, but then also it's his delivery that was making me feel like he either had Sagittarius or he had Leo in him. And it was the Leo sun, and I think something else is showing up in his Sag. But I gotta look at their charts again. But for sure, these beginning September people, they're really Leos.
Yo,
And for the
Renee
person
just said that.
who's got,
She said,
go ahead.
Renee said, I always think it's funny that people say Leos are attention seeking because we're really not. It's just
No,
you
and
just have big energy. You're like the damn
it's and
sun. You're
yeah,
unavoidable.
and that's the other thing, with all of the zodiac signs, every single one of them have like reversal fields and shadows. So like a shadow side of Leo, for example, is not wanting to be seen. On
Mm,
the other side of that coin is like wanting to be seen, where you could have some people that are like, everybody look at me, but
hmm.
then there's some Leos that's like, please don't look at me. And I know I have been one of those people that's like, don't. This shirt actually says not found. I wear this at nighttime when I leave the crib sometimes, where I don't want anybody to see me. And when somebody starts talking to me, I'm like,
Oop,
you
you
can
see
see
me?
me?
You can see me. My cloak is on. How do you see me?
Like
So interesting
literally.
because um, Seer says your human design gives you another date to use about self, and De Niro says that he's like, yeah, the human design broke down a lot. Now, Is Trick still in here? Hold on. Okay, so Trick Light does human design readings, y'all. Tap
Mm-hmm.
in. If I had no idea what human design was, trust me when I tell you, go check her out and get your human design reading if you have not. It is a whole new way of looking at yourself. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
and there's overlays too with astrology. And I think somebody was mentioning, what was it that you had just said? They're mentioning that it has you using a different date. So the same way
mhm,
that you could be looking at your tropical and your sidereal birth chart, you're
mhm.
doing the same thing with your human design. I would be starting with your normal human design, but with Sonia, we discovered that there's also cosmic human design, and that is where you use the time that is on your birth chart, but 3 months before. So essentially, when your soul is attaching officially to your body,
Wow.
you'll use that specific date cosmically because that's all the things that are kind of entering into your DNA from a
Hmm. A
coming from your
spiritual concept.
parents on like a subconscious level.
Hmm.
So I would definitely be looking at these things because it's
Sonia says
all
she's a tropical.
intertwined.
Sonia says she's a tropical Virgo, sidereal Leo, and Virgo rising in both. That's what's up. I love to
Hmm.
see the overlay too. Renee says, yes, I'd like to point out Beyonce or Michael Jackson. Oh shit. I always point out Barack and I don't know who Masego is, but a lot of the Gemini Taurus are interesting. Greetings to everybody who's come in. He said we don't care to be seen actually annoying, but when it comes to who we are, we have eyes on different. Yes, it's true. Love human design. Sonia says, I'm literally sitting here working on the chart generator, trying to figure out how we can add Sidereal. Ooh, that's dope.
Yeah, actually, Sonia's here because I'm normally also with Sonia, and Sonia and I will be digging into our charts for hours. But we came across, what was it? What was the app that actually showed the sidereal that I was excited about? I feel like it was, let me see. I'm not remembering. Let me look at my email.
Okay, hold on.
Um,
There's also Renee says human design is
maybe
interesting, a little more vague, but still confirming. I feel yes, an app would be super dope. I would love one.
genetic matrix, maybe it was. Yes. Genetic matrix has, which trick light, genetic matrix has the option for your sidereal chart.
Genetic matrix.
Yeah, and they're using the
Oh,
sidereal from the true sidereal that I learned,
my
or the
human
chart
design date in true
that I
sidereal
use.
is. See, I'm still learning these symbols because, girl, it's a lot for me.
My human design date in true sidereal: Pisces, Taurus, Aries. Which the
Wow.
Aries would move to Pisces, of course. Taurus might move to Aries. And the Pisces might still be Pisces because Pisces is a huge portal.
Yeah,
Sidereal,
there's
it's
so
Taurus,
much Virgo energy.
Venus,
It's like everything in my chart is a
Taurus,
Virgo or a Sag.
Virgo. Yeah, I had a lot of Virgo placements in my tropical chart, but most of them moved except for my Venus. And I mean, it helped me become a very great designer, but it also stopped me from creating as much as I would want to create
Hmm.
personally because it would like I would feel like it needs to be perfect. I used to not draw the eyes in my like pictures that I would
Mm.
draw because it's like, oh, what if I mess it up and then the whole thing's ruined? So I would just not draw the eyes. I bought a iPad so I could draw, but then I found myself constantly deleting. I would do something that I'm deleting, and it's just like, ugh. But
Yeah.
now I do my best. Like I have practices, like I'll use watercolor pencils, and I'll
Hmm.
just allow myself to scribble all over it. Where it's like I don't need to have a plan, and let's see what can be created from this to kind of get me out of some of this very rigid,
That's the only way I can paint.
the Virgo energy.
Hmm.
It just
That's the only way I can
flow.
paint. Yeah, and then even with that, because I have, you know me, I have tons of Virgo energy. Even with doing that, I still spend hours on one area, and I'm like, girl. Or then I'll ask people like,
No,
do you feel like this is done? Because I feel like I can keep going. They're like, no, it's fine. Like, no, but I see you see that there where I could just make that into a video.
literally, literally.
And that's how I am with my music, which is why Jay hasn't received anything from me yet because now I'm thinking about it. Instead of just letting it flow. I'm like, oh my God, please don't do it, no. Just let it flow, girl. Please don't think about it.
Yeah,
This is why I haven't had my first debut album yet, but it's coming. I promise y'all, I'm giving myself a date,
we
and
better
it is
have
going to.
it.
No, it's definitely it's coming. It's here. It's already here. As I say that, I just like my whole Virgo in me cringe. Like, oh, girl, give it another 2 years. Okay, we might need to refine some things. I'm feeling like we might have to do
No,
that.
we ain't got.
Okay,
We don't have time for that anymore.
I'm not gonna
Even
tell
me,
that.
it's like there's times where I would design the same thing, the same information. I would design it like 10 times for like a brand book, but I'm doing it because I'm like, oh, what if, when really at the end of the day, the last thing that I end up designing is the same as the first thing that I designed. And it's like, girl, you didn't need to waste all of that time to get right back to point zero.
That part.
But it's
But
Venus and Virgo. I'm blaming it on my Venus and Virgo, even though I don't like to blame the planets. But like, yeah, I like things to look nice.
all the time because why not? Especially if it's our creation. I mean, that's one of the reasons why. Well, actually, I don't know why it happened, but I had a very visceral need and desire to just paint back in 2015. I was for 2014. I was moving to Costa Rica, and I told my brother up there, I was like, "Yo, I need to paint. Like something, this like overwhelming feeling of needing to paint." My jaw, I had never picked up a paintbrush since I was like two, like really
Mm.
considered it. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
I had to. And when I came back home, I decided not to move to Panama, so I just ended up moving back here. And the first thing I did was went to Michael's, and I bought um, 60 canvases. Okay, and I painted every day, all day, because I didn't have like a job like that. I made 60 paintings. Some of them are
Wow.
still here, but the majority of them I sold, and I was like, what's happening? I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I was obsessed. Like when I tell you I had a bottle of wine and me at night just on the kitchen table like, ooh, yeah, yeah, we're gonna get this cup, baby. It was amazing. So
Honestly, that is my dream and desire. I really just want to be somewhere and just painting all damn day.
can we call that in? I think we should
Oh, yeah, I'm
call that
definitely
in.
calling it in. Ooh, so many birds. Ooh.
Ooh, okay, take the message and spread it out. Take the message,
I
birds.
mean, literally,
Take the message.
I
Okay,
have a
Sonia
little bit of
said,
trypophobia.
Kanisha, will you get your,
We'll
oh, we will get you
get
right
you
with the
right with the
banding?
branding.
That's
Yes.
that's fantastic. So what do y'all think
Yes.
about replacing aspects of yourself you don't like from one practice with a better one from other practices? I think you should be revamping yourself all the time. I think you should constantly be changing as an individual. That's just growth. And there's nothing wrong about trying something new. I think the problem would be being stagnant and not attempting to do anything different. I find it very, very disheartening being able to like know somebody and then leave and come back and they literally haven't done anything different. That I feel so bad. I feel like, ugh, oh, I'm
Mm.
so sorry. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like, how can I help? Like, are you sure you're okay? This is not okay that you look the same, wearing the same jacket, and you in the same space and you haven't left yet. It's been a decade. Would you sure you're
Yeah.
okay? Because I think now we got to take flight. So yeah, change all the time as much as you possibly can. And I feel like society tells us that we shouldn't. Like you should know
1000%.
know who you are at 6 and stick with that and be that. Huh? Like that's weird. Yeah, but they said that's actually the whole point. As long as it's an action and not just aspect, yeah, yo, that is literally the whole point. So yes, do all those things, and I'm looking forward to seeing all versions of you. Like I've been talking with my brother about assigning and choosing your aspects for multiple practices. Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
I mean, literally, I do a lot of things and I blend them when I need to. So, like, sometimes there might be a client that only needs photography. Cool. There's been other people that wanted photography and an astrology reading. Then there's people that might want to do branding, and I integrate astrology into that. So, and sometimes my graphic design jobs, I might need to draw something because maybe what's out there isn't exactly what a client needs. So I have literally all the skills, and as much as people will try to put me in a box, I refuse. Like, oh, you should niche down or just focus on one. It's like, no,
No,
I do understand, like, yes, I could have a little bit more focus on one thing right now, but guess what? I 1000% am an entrepreneur and I have way too many ideas for me to just stick
hmm
to one thing. It just, I don't like that. I'm a
nope.
manifesting
Actually,
generator. I'm supposed to be doing a bunch of things.
call it what it is. Call it what it is. I had to embrace that years ago, and I just decided because I had a lot of that throughout my 20s. A lot of people they would get mad. I'm like, why are you so upset? This is weird. What? It was just a very strange time for me because witnessed they were witnessing the fact that I had so many options, and they were just so stuck on doing one thing. And I'm just like, I can't do that. My call me OCD, ACD, GFPQ, RD, whatever you got to do. I'm that. I am all of that. I can't have to do 50,000 things at one time just in order to accomplish the one thing. Okay. And speaking of painting, my next if you guys are um, interested, when I'm doing readings, so I'm offering paintings that are going to be healing for you. So I'm working out like just the logistics of it when doing it online. And Canesi, I think we even talked about this, having a
Yeah, yeah.
online painting party
Paint
type
night.
thing, paint
Yeah.
night, right? But so and that would be more just geared to just having a healing session for the collective. But
Oh my gosh, we
I've
could
offered it to
totally do
people
that
who are
with.
physically I'm gonna let you rock. I've offered these paintings with people who are physically near me, but I would like to offer them to the masses. So when we do our sessions, our one-on-one sessions, I'm actually creating your painting that you can meditate with to give you to give you the healings. Just basically kind of like your own personal mudras, you know, and alongside with other things too. Like I have herbs that I've been offering. If it's more of a physical thing, if it's a spiritual thing, we go about it a different way as well. So once I finalize the details, just know that it's here. Okay. I wish you guys were here. I would love for all of you guys to just come over here to my spot, my house. I would love that. Like just have a place where people. I'm gonna have that, by the way. P.S. With my
Yeah.
50,000 things. I'm definitely gonna have a healing center, and all of my healers on this live will be able to come to the space and do the practices as they will, and it will just function as a place where people can just come and be safe in their own, just be. Like I really will for us to have a place that we don't have to do nothing. If you want to do some activities, you are welcome, but you're going to be on this land. If you want to sit on the land and just hang by a tree and read a book all day and be served some amazing fresh juices and
Mm.
berries and shit, that is fine. I had this going, y'all. I was literally doing what I'm talking about when I was in Florida on 5 acres of land, and it was the best thing I've ever done. And I really, I don't know. The other day I was like, maybe I just start a GoFundMe. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe I'll just start a GoFundMe, everybody who participates in putting in any money, they become active owners of the land. Like you get your share of the
Mm-hmm.
land. Like it wouldn't just be mine. If you put in money
Love
towards
that.
it, that's your spot. Like you got it. I'm just being the funnel to where people can actually do it and we can, make it all happen. And I'm so dead ass about it. Either way, I'm gonna have it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I told you about the dude yesterday who was like, you can you can come here to Arizona. I got land. You can do whatever you want. I was like, listen, don't be bushing. Put it in paper. Put it on paper. Send me the
Get the
documents.
contract.
Let's write this out. Okay, because I will be on the way. And it won't just be with me. I already got 4 or 5 people coming with me. Okay? And we will be on the way. For real. I'm serious. When I tell you, I do have 4 or 5 people on deck ready to just relocate at will to create the space needed for our own shit. It is a real thing. And it's gonna happen. In what are we at, 2025? It's going up.
We're at 2025.
Going up. Okay, everybody's been talking and I've been talking and I love painting, three ways, all the things. I love you guys and all of your support. Like I really do. And I promise you, if I got lungs to breathe with, I'm gonna make that happen. Um, One, just because it's needed, but two, I love doing it. Like that's one thing, people are like, oh, what are you passionate about? That. I'm passionate about serving my people. And the best way I can serve you is, oh, I love you too. I love you too. Yes, we definitely need to talk soon. Um, oh, and please, everybody go check out Renee and Tune. She is an amazing, reader. She's also does like one-on-one mentorship, and she helps me out a great deal. She's just she's amazing, so informative, so in tune. I did that. I said it. I didn't mean to do it, but I said she's very in tune. Please go check her out. And she's also carrying 2 twins in there. So just love on her extra, okay? She's got 2 beautiful growing babies. Oh, I'm so happy. I can't wait for them to come. But yes, everybody, please, looking forward to getting y'all on TikTok. Check light. I kid you not. I'm going to snapshot the text message that I got today from this guy who said, I'm going live to talk about how to get involved with your TED Talk. Don't miss out. We finna be on TED Talk, y'all. We finna be on TED Talk.
I think we should make a spiritual TED Talk.
Yes. I think we do, Spirit. This is our spiritual TED Talk. We be TED Talking all damn day.
Period.
But that's another thing. Renee is going to have she's going to be doing panels with beautiful individuals. I like myself. And and we get to talk about all these things. And I know that you and I have talked about creating panels of people who are really going to create solutions instead of just doing this. Remember that action, that stuff that we've been talking about? So it's definitely in motion, like we've put it out there, and most likely come April, it's going to be like in full effect. Yes, baby girl, Chick Light, I am commanding it right now. We are going to have panels where we are offering people the information that they need to begin community, because it's really important to understand where we are. Like where we came from was community driven. Like this cosmic shit, there's no singularities out there, y'all. That's not how we do it. It's not working here. Why are we trying to like create a new wheel here? Let's get back to what we really know. And every time like things like this is a community right now, right? We are in commune. We are communing right now. We are unifying right now. This is all that it means. But it's also having the ability to grow from that space. right? We create the
Yeah.
foundation, and then we create real opportunities for people to do what it is that they do best. Like, yo, I got the broccoli. You're like, yo, I got that cheddar cheese.
And
that
I got the
vegan,
garlic.
that vegan cheddar cheese. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can do that. It's not. I was doing it for 7 years. It's not
Hmm.
impossible, and that's why nobody saw me on TikTok and walking high because I was living literally like
Hmm.
in community, you know? So, anyways, let me shut my whole mouth up. We do have readings, y'all. I got my talk ready. Oh, you got your, see? How do we make our own TED Talks? You see me? I'll be like, hmm.
How do we?
I tell you how we do it. We start doing our podcast that we said we was going to do. That's how we do that shit. Come on our show.
Did you hear? But also, did you hear that, Sonia? Because everybody, I know y'all all need to be starting a podcast. I've been just, circling around it, but I see it specifically in y'all charts for sure. And there's only but so much I can say that.
Listen,
So
okay, I'm gonna have
everyone
to.
needs to start their
I'm
podcast. I already have my name, but my being, I know that I'm a responder, and some of the things like I don't think everybody needs a mic. There's way too many people that have mics that they don't need. But then there's people like us who have so much to share. Like, Sonia's one of those people. If you see Sonia in here, please make sure you follow. She
everybody needs
is
to follow
someone who
everybody.
has so much knowledge to share. And it's like, ugh, I don't even think these social platforms even deserve any of us. Like,
That is a real. That's real. Like, but it's almost like how everybody comes here
how
to
else?
find us. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But that's why I got off of this for even since August of last year. I've been really not doing much on here because I went back to being in community and I was working with people who are directly in front of me. Spirit was like, all right, girl, they know who you are. You done gave your shamalama hamalamas. Activated the people you needed to activate. Take a pause because now you're being
Mhm.
people were siphoning my shit without me, that's another whole story
Mhm.
then for another podcast. Okay. And so I started, going back into dealing with the people out here. And that was very interesting of in and of itself. And so here I am now trying to maneuver another way. And it's looking like YouTube. It's
Period.
looking like Spotify. It's looking like Apple Podcasts or whatever the hell. It's just not this, IG
Yeah,
is
there's a
weird.
there's a website that you can upload once and it will put it on all of the platforms. So you don't have to do all the extra work. At least for the podcast channels. Um, but yeah, it's like it's just time.
Yeah.
It's time to do something different to especially because it feels like okay, Pluto just left Sagittarius where it was having people question their religious beliefs, their spirituality, question the beliefs that they've been holding on to. Pluto came through, dismantled, now people are being open and they're looking for answers. And now with Pluto being in Capricorn, not Aquarius,
Mm.
not Aquarius, not Aquarius until 2042. Okay, it's the same that was happening during during the American Revolution. Okay,
Those are
Sagittarius.
fighting words, girl.
Now we're in Capricorn. I know, but like for real, it's like we're being called to create these systems, and I know I've been having difficulty around like how do I create a system or how do I create a funnel or how do I create these things that I've never done before, but also not supposed to be exactly how everybody else does it. All of us are being challenged with like moving in your path, moving with your blueprint,
Hmm.
and doing it authentically.
Hmm.
Because the ways that people were doing things before, where it's just like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to start a podcast. And it's like, but what are you even like? Who are you? And no shade, right? But like, people are ready for this type of information because we've been bamboozled for so long.
That
And since they're ready, we're here to give it.
that part. People are gonna be so sad when they hear that. Chick-fil-A, I love you. We'll see you over there, baby.
See you, Trick Light.
Ooh, look up Castle or Streamlabs. Oh, I've heard of Streamlabs. Oh, she said I don't agree on that. I really want to have a voice. We just need more space for everyone. Oh, yeah, everybody has a space. Everybody has a voice for sure. So there's three major things happening here: community, healing, and putting these ideas on a larger platform.
Yeah.
And everybody getting some, financial reciprocity in the meantime for all of our lovely
Sacred
nation.
energy exchange.
Yeah. We sent it in the Harusa story.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the false change of gods is always a few years early. That is very true. But how do I'm just trying to change the narrative completely. I'm tired of repeating the story. Like as a goddess, for real, I know. Like when I hear you talk, like your fight is real, and I have yet to go against the grain, because when I start talking about the shit that I know, people are gonna be like, I might lose y'all. Really might lose y'all, because it's not what we think. This shit is all broken, y'all.
Exactly. I don't even talk on the things that I know.
Right, exactly. But see, we're gonna have to. And I thought I was gonna be doing that back in August, which is why I got off the platform. But Spirit was like, no, get your community here together, get your ducks in a row, because what's coming up, get that together first, and then you could start, Barbie dolling it around, these people and letting them know what you know. Because at this point, it's non-effective. You can't force the information. Everything has to be in divine timing, right? So
Yeah.
even if I said for myself, like, yeah, well, fuck that, I want to say what I want to say, sure, say what you want to say, but it's who's listening?
Mm-hmm.
You just, now you're looking silly. You just, I mean, where I can be more effective if I do it when I'm supposed to and pay attention to the time. So,
Yeah.
and I also like want to be able to have a platform where I can bring people on and have conversations.
Well,
Like that's what I really want to do that. So, all right, y'all, listen, we're going to go over to TikTok and see if people want to hear more about what we have to say. And I am going to use my new platform over there and bring people up to have more conversation with people. And we'll do a co-hosting over there. And Kanicia is probably going to take the lead on my space because she knows more than I do.
I don't know more
It's
than
only
you.
fair. Yeah.
Look, I'm still figuring out the TikToks. There's too
Oh,
many things going on.
Trick knows. Trick knows. We're
Trick.
supposed to.
Yeah, facts.
I told her, I was like, listen, I have a good 4 or 5 people that need a class. If you want to do it like that, I'm just saying.
I mean, oh, there was actually a couple of people. Were you on there?
Same.
No. Okay, I was actually thinking like, these people that we have on TikTok, there's some of us that we could like, let's do a whole day thing. Like we go on talking for, who knows, a half an hour, and
Mm-hmm.
then people can meet us outside of the platform so that we could also be growing like our email list. Like that's what I'm working on right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on building my email list so I could, who knows what's happening, but I could stay in contact with the people
Yeah.
who have been active,
Yeah.
So, but we should totally do like an online retreats type of thing.
I'm down for
Do
it.
some
And I don't.
readings.
I'm wondering where we can see. Zoom is not. There's
But it
an.
might be the best. I mean, there's other people that have done via Zoom.
Can you? But see, with Zoom, I like it where. Well, no, I guess everybody can be active participants. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once
Yeah.
thousand. They could talk and communicate.
Okay. So maybe we'll do it. Zoom
Yeah. And they have like I don't think it's necessary, but they have now like webinar
platforms.
options.
Oh.
Yeah, on Zoom.
Hmm.
But I don't think it's necessary. I was fine doing my Zoom and sharing my, my presentation just fine. But I think the webinar version, I think they could be in the screen plus their thing behind them. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. But I think we could do it. I think we
No,
could
we
do
can
a
definitely
day
do it.
long thing on Zoom. People can talk in the chat box
Hmm.
and be able to every
Yeah.
hour we talk for half an hour, do readings for
Yeah.
half an hour.
I have been on a webinar type on Zoom where it was like 12 presenters. It was very
Mm-hmm.
long, but it was very interesting. They all had maybe 20 to 30 minutes doing their,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yep.
and it was all peace. It was all peace. It was very interesting. Everybody had their own. It was like literally having a half an hour just with like your favorite healers. I was like, wow,
Mm-hmm.
that's cute.
Yeah.
That's very cute.
We could do it.
Yeah, listen, I have, man, we might have to have like part two. Like
Oh,
it might have to
1,000,
be
because there's
like a
plenty of
2 day
people. We
thing.
have people.
Like a 2 day
Yeah.
thing
It
where
might be a 3-day
yeah,
thing.
because there's a lot, you know. Oh, Sonia, my loving, you just do you want to do this on here? Or do you want to do it on TikTok? She just sent me um money for a reading. What would you like to do?
Yay.
Sonia,
Sonia,
baby,
actually,
do.
I've been wanting you two to meet, to be honest. So here we are, naturally.
Oh, I love it. Gratitude. Um, all right. So, well, I'll do
Oh,
this. Do you have?
thank you, Sonia.
Oh, I love you so much. Do you have a question, or do you want me to just read for you what's happening in the next, like now in the next week or so? One or the other. I'll pick like 3 or 4 cards for you. Oh, oh, you just gave me all the chills. Well, let me just pick out one card for you, please. Thank you. Just
Oh,
one
thank
card.
you, Sonia.
Oh my goodness. Hold on 1 second. Wow, that's a beautiful space. Sonia, my dear. You know what I love about you? You have a very, your energy is very fluid. Like you're in a space of, it's almost like you have there's a knowing, like you're like, no, I got this. Like I know. I'm not, you're not out here guessing. There's some things, obviously, you're just like, ooh, that would be better if this was cleaned up a bit. But you are in a very calm, there's a sense of knowing, like everything is good, everything is cool. It's a very peaceful energy about you. I just, gratitude. I don't know why I see you like in your house, like in the kitchen, like doing things, eating snacks, just like popcorn. Like, yes, girl. And just like cleaning up the kitchen, listening to us, kind of interacting, but just like in your own space. It's just a very lovely vibe. Source is saying that it's like you're honoring yourself more. There is some hesitancy. Interesting. There's sometimes there's some hesitancy in like the people that you are immediately around, or like how you want to communicate with certain people. Oh, somebody just done fell out. Okay, so what did I just say? Because spirit be moving. Has some hesitancy about who you want to create. That's because I have a huge big back energy, like the kids say. I stay in the kitchen. I cannot with you, girl. You need to stop. Um, that's me and you are right now instant best friends. Instant. That comment just solidified my love for you, for sure. Are you really that funny?
She
Are
is.
you really that
I
funny?
spend a lot of time with Sonia. She is. Just like
Oh, it's
you.
a wrap. It's
And
it's love.
wise.
It's instant love. Um, wow, I can't even get past it. You just took me all out of spirit just now. Um, this fell out though. This ego illusions of ego, like stop wearing the masks, right? Um, so I was talking about this earlier for the collective reading, when about like not believing in those negative thoughts, because what we're trying to bring in right now, it's really a time for us to, whatever we're thinking about, we are literally manifesting in real time. Like we have to really be very careful about the things that what we're thinking. And I was talking about vision boards and how we can express ourselves in that way. Spirit is just saying for you to, get those negative thoughts out. And it doesn't have to be those like super daunting. It's just like sometimes the way we talk about ourselves, it could be better. We have our moments, but we don't got time for moments anymore. And no shade. We just have to befriend the ego. Basically, get into your shadow. And love it. Wow. Breathe came up again. That's interesting. Return to the breath and be calm. And on the bottom of the deck, self-love. I was just talking about you loving yourself more. Yeah,
Love that.
this is like all the same things. I just read it for effect. Self-acceptance. But yes, you are definitely, Source said that you're honoring yourself more. This is, and if you're not doing enough, maybe this card is to suggest to become a little bit more vulnerable and be honest with yourself, because the only real judge is you. So no one else is judging you. We just see and read the reflection of it. So it's almost like you're giving us what to judge. So if you're not judging, you ain't got shit to judge about you. We're just gonna love you for who you are. I hope that resonated, and I appreciate you. I'm so excited to meet you. We're gonna have a play date. Okay, so I know we're gonna get off here. I'm gonna take 10 minutes or 15 minutes and then get love it. Self-love has been in my face. It is my word for 2025, owning all the ways I self-abandoned in 14 years of marriage. Girl, we need to talk. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, gratitude for the confirmation. Listen, at the end of the day, there are no mistakes and you can't really fuck up. So just enjoy being present. Don't worry about the past. I was explaining this to my son earlier, how I said, why are you so sad? Because he was like crying about something, and all of a sudden he got so sad. And he said, well, I'm just thinking about all the things that we have to do tomorrow, because school starts for them on Monday, homeschool. And he was already just like in the future. And I was like, wow. So I was like, you don't know what's going to happen on Monday. It could be the best day of your life. I said, but you have to remember that now is the future, and right now is the future, and right now is the future, and right now is the future. You see how quick the future happens? So all you have to do is be present for every moment, and you'll be creating your future. So you don't have to think about anything. Just enjoy it. And he stopped crying. I was like, did that work? Because as a mother, I be struggling sometimes. Like, how am I gonna make this work? How am I gonna make it work? Loving the confirmation as well. All right. I love you guys so much. Come over in about 10-15 minutes and check us out on TikTok. TikTok, you don't stop to the TikTok, you don't stop.
Thank
I'm super
you,
excited.
Noni, for this space.
Yes, gratitude.
Thank you for allowing me to join
Listen, we
you.
finna do this
Thank
one.
you, everyone who is here.
Yeah.
Period.
Love everybody, y'all. Okay? Peace out. Gratitude, Jay.